Trying to decide on which indie game to buy for your Mac? Well, today is your lucky day because we're looking at the top 10 Mac indie games for 2018. This list consists of indie Mac games from 2016 to 2018 and excludes early access titles. Anyway, let's get to it. Starting at number 10, we have Far Lone Sails. I started playing this game a few days ago and actually finished it on my first playthrough. It's quite a short game, only a few hours long, but the whole experience is really immersive. You travel through a post-apocalyptic setting in a unique vehicle that requires constant maintenance. You'll be running all over the place, refilling its engine, repairing sections that become faulty or broken, upgrading sections so that you can travel further, and so on. For me, I really enjoyed this game, but I know it's not for everyone, as some might find it boring. But I love the visuals, sound design, and immersive gameplay. Number 9 is AER Memories of Old. Transfer into a bird and explore a huge world filled with floating islands set in the sky. You can also venture down and explore ruins filled with secrets and new discoveries. Soaring through the environments has something special about it, and to understand, you'll need to play the game yourself. The world here is filled to the brim with secrets and puzzles for players to solve, and some of the puzzles are really strange and occasionally challenging. There is a strong focus on minimalistic visuals and music here that you can get lost into. This one doesn't hold your hand, it's up to you to find your own way. Number 8, we have Night in the Woods. I've been following this game since it was announced way back in 2013, and it finally came out for Mac computers early last year. Night in the Woods is an adventure game focused on exploration, story, and characters. It has a plentiful of people to meet, and there is so much to do across a lush and vibrant world. The art style or visuals is what I would call something unique, and I really enjoy it. But not only that, I like the gameplay. It is rich and deep, and there is a strong message in this game that I will not spoil, by the way. You can find it out what it is. Number 7 is Don't Starve Together. This is a standalone multiplayer expansion from the survival experience, Don't Starve. You, alone or maybe with some buddies if you want, will enter a strange world that is full of bizarre creatures, dangers, and surprises around every corner. Players will need to gather resources, craft items and structures, and unravel mysteries. It's a great cooperative experience as it challenges you to defeat the wilderness before she actually defeats you. This game is great because it doesn't matter how long you play, it keeps its novelty and never gets old. Number 6, we have Tacoma. Here we have a really underrated sci-fi narrative adventure from the people who made Gone Home. It's set aboard the Tacoma Station, an abandoned high-tech spaceship in the year 2088. The main protagonist, Amy, is assigned a mission to enter the ship and explore every detail of how the station's crew lived and work, hopefully finding clues to what went wrong with the crew. There is a lot of exploring and walking around in this game, and some of you might not find that very fun, but if you're into this kind of experience, you might find that you actually love it. It's a short game, but it explores relationships, technology, and a complex story. Number 5 is Candleman: The Complete Journey. Guess what? You can play as a candle in this game, and yes, it's as weird as it sounds. This is a very unique platformer where you use the light of a candle to find your way. This little candle can only burn for, I think, 10 seconds at a time, which means you'll need to be smart with the light to overcome obstacles. You can affect the environment with your candle, moving platforms or melting sheets of ice, for example. I don't know what else to say here. The game is, in my opinion, quite different and something else, bringing a new style to the platforming genre, and it's worth your time. That is for sure. Number 4, we have Detention. This is a side-scrolling horror that has been extremely well praised with overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam, and you know what, it's no surprise, it's an amazing game. So what's it about? I'm glad you asked. Detention is a horror game, obviously set in 1960s Taiwan under the martial law. Players must navigate the main characters in a point-and-click fashion to explore a high school where evil intrudes. You must hide from dangerous monsters and find items to interact with in the supernatural rooms. It's a very cool game, but also quite creepy, so be sure to check it out because, trust me, it's actually quite good. Number 3 is Hollow Knight. This one is a platformer that presents a very dark gothic theme. Hollow Knight features interconnected worlds that the player will have to journey across. You'll explore caverns, ancient cities, and encounter lots of different enemies and bosses. The enemies are great because they offer different challenges. Sometimes they are easy to defeat, but sometimes they are more challenging, testing your skills. Hollow Knight definitely doesn't, like to hold your hand along the way, and this can make navigating around quite confusing, at least that's what I found, but some call me a little bit stupid at these types of games. Number 2, we have Stardew Valley. When I bought this game on Steam last year, I quickly discovered that it is unbelievably addicting. Stardew Valley is one of the most fun and addicting games you'll ever play. This is a fun country life RPG where players control literally everything on their farm. It also has received overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam, and once again, like Detention, it's no surprise. It's a simple game that has, simple graphics and gameplay, but that is where it shines. Remember guys, I always say this, don't judge a book by its cover. That's not a way to live your life. This game has a strong personality. Let's look at some notable mentions. Innerspace is an exploration game where you fly through ancient skies and abandoned oceans. The Station is a sci-fi adventure set on a space station sent to study an alien civilization. Paradigm is a survival point-and-click adventure game set in a post-apocalyptic setting. Owlboy is a story-driven platform adventure game where you can fly and explore stunning worlds set in the clouds. Beat Cop is a retro pixel art style adventure in New York and is inspired by 80s cop shows. Devil Daggers is a very addicting, fast-paced shooter that places you in an arena to face endless demons. SteamWorld Dig 2 takes you on a platform mining adventure and you'll dig your way underground and explore vivid worlds. Hidden Folks is about finding hidden folks in hand-drawn interactive miniature landscapes. Chachel is a comedy adventure game following a hairy hero Chachel and his rival Kekel. What weird names. Old Man's Journey is a soul-searching puzzle adventure telling a story of life, loss, and hope. And finally, number 1, we have Celeste. This is a narrative-driven single-player experience that presents an interesting cast of characters and a moving story of self-discovery. The player must help a young woman named Madeline who is going on a journey to the top of a mountain called Celeste. The gameplay is refreshing from traditional platformers. You'll notice you can climb mountain surfaces, air dash, and use the environment to maneuver around. You'll really have to think and plan how to solve each of these levels, and I like it, but it's very challenging sometimes. The controls might seem simple, but as you play, the levels become really difficult. If you're not a patient person, I do warn that this game might not be for you, okay? But Celeste nails pretty much every aspect of game design, be it the controls, levels, story, sound design and music, saving and respawn, and much more. Basically, it's a really well-made game is what I'm getting at, so I really suggest trying it out. Those are the top 10 Mac indie games for 2018. What did you think of this list? Did you love it to death, or did you hate every aspect of it. What indie game have you been playing on your Mac lately? Anyway, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more videos about Mac games. Anyways, bye bye.